Alright, time to get started. I got it to work. I'm broadcasting on YouTube. You can check.
What's up?
Check. Just go to YouTube. Type Kensei0901. You'll see my streams up right now. Trying to find someone to help. Only thing I need, you know what? I can do the Velcana one again. 0901. No, Kensei 0901. Awesome. Alright, so we're gonna go help out Volcana Hunt. Oh, I gotta switch weapons real quick. Still using the Paralytic Glaive. I need to use my Glavinus Hell Date. Blaze decorations are in. Yep. Alright. Alright, so the Volcana is the storyline's kind of main mid-tier Elder Dragon. Pretty easy, pretty easy fight, but it's definitely the benchmark monster. Look, I have fans. Do you see who else is in chat? Alright. So before any hunt, you buff up. So Armor Drug, Demon Drug are attack and defense boosts. Late game, pretty much health management is like the name of the game. Alright, where's this guy at? So these are my scout flies. The blue scout flies lead you to an elder dragon if you're trying to track it. Oh shit, I gotta take a hot drink. I forgot. Oh, that's wrong. Forgot that when you're in the winter biome, if you don't take that, you're toast. Alright. See, I love doing runs late at night because that's when a lot of the higher level players are on. This game is huge in Japan. It's actually Capcom's biggest selling series. Everyone thinks it's Street Fighter or Resident Evil. It's not. Capcom has sold more games and more titles with Monster Hunter. That being said, Monster Hunter also does have like 16 iterations of the game, so... Alright, here we go. Whoa. Forgot about that one having reach. Whomped her before I even get into the combat. Going pillars? No. Alright. Alright, so In this game, you can actually, if you have a weapon that lets you go aerial, do enough contact with it, you can actually mount the monster. Basically lock it up for a period of time where it can't do its attacks. So it's beneficial to your teammates, but it's beneficial to you too, because if you can hold on long enough and do enough damage, you get to put him into a long knockdown cycle, which is amazing, especially early into your combats. There we go. So, long knockdown. Basically just get to womp him for a little bit. My cat is using what's called the Meowcano. And he's zoned. Alright. Go. Pick up that orange buff. Orange and red gives me 4% attack increase. Ah, shite. Just trying to vault over that. Oh, big pop. He's doing damn ice air. I hate that one. Alright, see if I can get enough distance. There we go. Get a good spike in. So the weapon I'm using is called the Insect Glaive. It's one of 14 unique weapons in the series. I think the Glaive is the newest introduced weapon, and the last unique one. Everything else has been around since the start of the series. Oh, so sorry, Faith, I didn't actually see the picture or the comment. So the cat that's following me is called a palico. It's a feline species in this game. And basically they get to be your partner for when you do single player, because these monsters are pretty impossible. The reason they're in costume is that's actually their armor. You get to use the pieces from monsters you've slain to build equipment for your cat. It is the only time I will ever say I like cats, because the cat's bomb. Like, right now, it has a rocket launcher on a fucking wheelbarrow. Ooh, god language, I forgot about broadcast settings. It has a wheelbarrow rocket launcher. It is, like, the greatest thing. Oh, power cone, sweet. There we go. Come on, get out of there. Oh, jeez, come on. There we go. Alright. No, so I jumped in to help someone's multiplayer, and since we're at 2 people, you're each allowed to have your cat, but if another regular player tries to jump in, your cats leave. Yeah, so your pig, or your Poogie in this game, is only just a mascot for home. It doesn't actually ever come into combat. It's been kind of like the joke mascot character since the beginning of the series. There was like some, I can't remember if it was like an actual mechanic or not for the game, but there is a pet mechanic where like you can, you know, pet your pig to show that you like, you know, affection. But there was always this like myth that if you did that before every hunt, your luck increases or something. I can't remember if that was like just one of those like gamer myths or not. But because every gamer is superstitious, they will always believe those things. Apparently, Faith would like to comment that the two viewers don't currently have concerns about my language. That's true. That's true. You're right. But it's one of those things I have been toying with the idea since I play this game pretty extensively and am pretty skilled at it about doing a stream for it. Just the game has such a population, and it's the one series that outside of Fire Emblem, I've played every entry that's come to North America. This game was traditionally not localized for America, so I think we always got like the numbered versions, but there was like an MMO that didn't come out to us. There was a bunch of stuff. I think a lot of the Frontier Saga didn't come out to us either. But I gotta say, for this is the first like next generation offering of the series. That all the UI changes and all the quality of life things are so good. Yes, Pro would definitely be the rocket launcher user. Yeah, the fun thing is the costumes are pretty hilarious in this game. Yeah, you get some real fun stuff, like anytime crossover events come out, you get some really unique stuff. Like they did a Mega Man one where they could be a Mega Man sprite character, so like the 8-bit Mega Man followed you around. Alright, let's see. Alright. Alrighty then. Fire your spike down, go under him. The one thing that I wish that they did increase was the camera's like rotation speed for like weapons that have like fast movement, fast rotation. It's going to ice air. Alright, that's cool. Oh, he pulled me. Is that pillar? No. Getting worked though. Having an off night. Having an off night. Oh, he's going for the big. No. Oof. Alright, well, he takes a big attack. I'll try to get a leap in. Oof. Missing my spots. There we go. Oh, wow. But I would have had a little bit more stun on. Alright, I'm trying not to get fainted. I have not fainted like my last 10 or so hunts. I'm trying to keep it that way. Oh, also my hot drink effects just having to go off. In this game, when it rains at force, like all your buffs tend to come off at the same time. And there's my partner. I jumped in to help. Showed up and immediately got walked into a wall of ice. Nope. Alright. Yeah, this game they did a good job with the view ratio. Because some of the other generations, at least from the handheld ones, the camera was a lot tighter on your character, so you didn't have much in the way of like a peripheral view. This one, they drew it out just enough so you can get like the size of the creatures you're fighting. They got to do a lot more with the scaling. Alright, so while he does that, I'm gonna null berry. So there's a ton of status ailments in this game. Anytime you get hit by that ice beam he shoots, you get hit with Ice Blight, which rapidly decreases your stamina regeneration and increases your stamina use. So running's a big thing in this game for fleeing, or for my type of character, a vaulter. Going into the air requires stamina each time, and then if I do any extra aerial maneuver, oof, big wall. If I use any other aerial maneuvers, it tends to be a lot more stamina consuming. Oh, right after I take an old berry to null that out, and I get hit with it right away. Oh, I'm having a bad round. Oh, I have not been able to catch a rhythm yet. Oh, here comes that crossbeam again. So lucky as a vaulter, my defensive ability is just go over the top of it. Most weapons can do guards. Insect glaive cannot. So, come on, there you go. Get some air, spike down. Got it. Nice. All right, get some comboing in. That's my teammate's cat. Alright, no direction. Oh, he changed up this area. Forgot about that attack change. Alright, so he's gonna fly away. I'm gonna absorb my buffs from my Kensei, sharpen up my weapon, and go chase him down. Alright, where'd he go? Fly's taking us this way. Alright. Oh, hey, what's up? Oh, right in a hot spring. It's actually a beneficial spot, so Ice Blight can be removed by sitting in one of those hot springs. So even if that attack hits, I can just sit here and be fine. Okay, buff my Kensei. Guess we can do some damage. I think what's throwing me off is the quest before this, or the hunt before this, I was using a new sword that was faster. It had a speed boost. Then I'm just missing my cadence for my attacks. Yeah, so there's 3 ranged weapons in this game. There's a bow, a light bow gun, and a heavy bow gun. And Jill is watching Season 7's Christmas episode. So this is the one where they start to write Holly back in. Apparently my mic is really good, by the way, because Faith's able to ID that we're watching The Office. Yeah, so what's funny, Faith, in the previous iterations of Monster Hunter, or iterations, however people like that pronounced, range weapons were not viable for single player because the monsters could just they could just close the distance so well, and just really you couldn't take the time to aim, and the camera controls for aiming on the handheld consoles were really bad. In this one though, ranged weapons are so much fun. They were given really good good treatment as a viable weapon. Now there's some monsters obviously that they don't match up well with, but the same thing goes with melee. There's some monsters where melee is just like the worst option possible. Honestly, thinking most of the endgame Elder Dragons, I would rather have played them as a range than a melee character. Ugh, I hate that second shot. I do not track that well. Alright, now he's armoring up, so he's going to take reduced damage for a little bit and get access to a couple more of his attacks, but I keep pressuring him. Ooh, I think I got him in zone. Come on. So, the terminology on this one is when they go from an area to another area in the map. So this is what the map looks like. They call it zoning. They drop material used for gear making. So, keep going. Slide down, get some speed. Come on. You can see him over there flying. He's pretty much knackered, honestly. So this is the end zone for him. So a lot of these monsters, especially ones you fight in the story, kind of have a pattern of where they go when they're on low health. So he'll go to sleep, trying to regain a little HP. They really don't unless you like let them gain a ton back. But so I'm gonna let my partner who has a long sword get the first attack in, just because they have heavier attack, so it's possible that what they do is better. And what's he doing? No? Alright, I guess I'm gonna shoot him. Boom. Alright, cool. The reason that we wait is the first attack on Wake Up, so the first attack that hits a monster when they're asleep is worth double damage. So traditionally you let weapons in this game that hit a lot harder do that shot, because, you know, it's a flat double, so, you know, I'll never do the damage a greatsword or a hammer or some of the heavier weapons I do, even with my, like, heaviest attacks. Ooh, without a dodge that one. Ooh, go, stay down. There we go. Just gotta play clean. Just gotta play clean. He's almost there. Oh, left, right. Yep. Crap. Yeah, I'm having a terrible set of rounds. Alright, looks like we got another player character in here right near the end of the hunt, which is kind of funny. So, this game has a pretty interesting matchmaking system too, is when you jump in, you know, they don't want you to, like, jump into a quest late and only get the reward for, like, doing half the work. So, if you try to join a quest 10 minutes after it started, you don't get full rewards. It's actually pretty nice. So it keeps people from being lazy. They go out and help each other. Ooh, scheisse. These walls are so annoying. I hate these walls. Come on. Oh, wall. Yeah, I knew it. Man, I really need to get an ice blight resistance set or something, because I hate die blights. Stab. Good stab. That sucked. Max potion. Just play it safe. Trying to play it safe because I'm not sure how good my teammates are, considering one's already carded. And oh, and multiplayer you only get 3 carts per mission, so three knockouts. And I just used one of them because I'm playing like absolute butt. Jeez, how am I playing so poorly tonight? I gotta reapply my buffs after faint. Alright, cool. So I'm buffed back. Honestly, hoping those two are taking care of business, so I sprint my slow ass back down there. Yeah, this one, the tactic is so difficult. Professional streamer. Yeah, I have the face for radio. Oh, this is killing me here. It's the one thing about Elder Dragon fights too, is their last zone is just, it's usually like the furthest thing away from where you are, especially if you get carded. It's like the last place. Oh, please don't jump in here, Asami. So the game has a dynamic multiplayer as well, so the difficulty of the monsters increases per human player, which is difficult because that usually quadruples their HP, and if you don't have someone like me playing as poorly as I'm playing, you're dragging all the damage down. Get my buffs back. Oh, I hate that aerial sense. Dude, come on. I just got back to the zone. Oh, come on. So I think these are, yeah, and so Insect Glaive is not a popular weapon. You see a lot more people playing with long swords like that. I don't know why. I've never been a fan of the long sword. It hits okay, but you get locked into these long animations that you can't dodge out of. Yeah, the glaive doesn't hit particularly hard, and it doesn't run as strong if you don't have all your Kinsect upgrades. It's got like a lot more sub-managements than a lot of the other weapons do. But I like the mobility. The aerial stuff it's you know, a huge bonus for it. Oh wow, someone just ran him into a wall for the finish. That is a brilliant finish. I've actually never seen that. That was awesome. And then at the end of the fight, you just kick it. Wow, that was tight. That was tight. It was a good long hunt too. Oh look, and that's a Savage Devil Joe. That is not cool. Oh, and then the reward screen. Yeah, the end of the fight was pretty anticlimactic. I was trying to go for a good finish, but eh. Yep, I agree with Jill's sentiment. Michael is close to the bottom 50% of the category, but yeah, Packard, Phyllis, and Angela by miles. Alright, let's see. Eco. Ah, sweet. Rhyme Guard Van Braces. I've been trying to play around with another armor set. This game has a ton of armor sets. One that does more damage. I have such a defensive build right now, which I really shouldn't complain about. It's a really solid build. But I want to have more offensive flexibility. So I was thinking about using the critical element from this to swap out for what I have for the super healing bonus that I have now, and do an increased critical element damage. It's risky because I think it's going to be a really soft set, but so. set, so I'm gonna go check out how this set runs. Nope. Alright. So this game has tons of loadouts. I just want to make sure that I have this primary one set. This is my Red King build, is what I call it. The helmet is actually the fell shroud helmet, but the coat and everything else is actually a layered armor from the tundra stuff that you get. But I'm going to try to swap out 2 pieces. I mean, I love that helmet. That helmet's sick. Alright, so max earplugs, still free meal. Fire attacks from Blaze, though. Yeah, we're gonna try this though. I'd like to see I would really like to do more damage than I currently do. Let's just see what I get just without this. Okay. So still get earplugs, free. Ooh, Divine Blessing. That's what it was that I wanted more of. So I've got increased elemental damage, fire, water, thunder, ice, dragon, critical. So I need to make sure this is still a critical. Oh, what did I just see there? What is the skill that does? Flinch free. Is that? Increases some Kensei. See, maybe I do want to do a flinch free build too. I think I'm gonna make this a crit and a flinch free. Flinch free and critical. This is kind of the boring part for the general part of the game. It's just not super fun. So we'll do this part. Ooh, I do have a flinch free and a divine blessing. Oh, that is gold. Okay, so divine blessings capped. I forgot what that does. I think it's a plug thing, but okay, so earplugs. I forgot which one the earplugs. You know, where's earplugs? Earplugs is a 3. Oof, that sucks. Crap, I don't want to have to waste for earplugs 3. Alright, well, let's try to get as many. This is 3 or 4? Okay, it's a 4. Crap, so this is always a tough one, is actually when you're making a set, trying to make sure you get really good set put together. So, try to max out flinch free, critical eye, or earplugs, but it's hard to find those. I got a ton with critical eye. Resuscitate. Expert Guardian? Nope. Critical eye. So, oh, I already got this one. I was like, that one's amazing. Destroyer medicine's always good to have, but crap. It's gonna be brutal. This is gonna be a really hard build. Crap. Yeah, let's do this one just because I need the marathon runner. Set of 3. Okay, so that's where I'll put earplugs at. And a 1. Okay. Attack. So I think for the 1s I'll be able to do flex, just because I know, you know, I want to get the elemental damage stuff up. Then I had this other 3. I probably can do earplugs here. Explains why I had high earplug count. It really was just from Yeah, the other ones are brace, which is brace is also flint tree though. Crap, I might try that. Yeah, the brace might be good. Earplugs 4, I'm gonna miss, but we're gonna really try to put together a really good set here. Maybe I can get something good out of my 2s though. Let me check. Oh, I have almost nothing for 2s. Awesome. So I do like the. You know what? So I only have 2 slots. So do I go slugger for KO or hard damage? Oh, that's always like a weird one for me. I don't do enough stun. 30% stun, or we're gonna go for parts. I need the parts for the research counts. Okay. Alright, I'm just changing out so I can swap my loadouts quicker. So I'm gonna rename this one real quick. Alright, king set. I'll rename this the I don't know. Let's call it white helm. Whitehaven, there we go. And we will. I'm gonna delete this stuff real quick. Alright. Yeah, sorry, actually putting together some good builds. Alright, so 20% and 460. I think I do better, but it's good for now. Alright, let's go beat the shite out of something. Let's go see if anyone's out there in the guiding lands. 5, 2, 2, 5. 5s are sick. I love doing 5s. Alright, I'm gonna go see if anyone's out there doing the guiding lands. The guiding lands is like supreme endgame. After you beat the expansions game, or the expansion storyline, you get to do the guiding lands, which is like the endgame farming, new mats, new materials, new stuff for augmentations, which is a new system in this game, where you can basically like surpass what you would traditionally get. I'm gonna keep skipping the K-eating soon. I'm gonna go see if actually I have any augments I could do. I've been out in the guiding lands quite a bit without paying attention to my weapons augments. Alright, so you can only augment items that are at the end of their rarity scale. So like Catastrophe Light is actually an main game, but so it uses different materials. Then like this one, Clavinus Hell Dart has one. And then this is my new one. This is my Fenris Storm. It's from the Bayroth. It's actually one of the best ice sets, I think. The only problem is that all of this stuff takes like random. If you see like red question marks, it means you don't know what that item is because you haven't found it yet or fought the monster that uses it. It's kind of a pain, but that's what it is. Oh, shit, I forgot the Kodachi Viper tells the awesome. Shows me all the end stuff I can't do. I want that one though. The increase of abnormal be good. And then these all require stuff I don't have as well. Great Spirit Vengeance. I have no idea where I get that yet. Pretty sure it's from something crazy.
The shards
Lands also on Wi-Fi. Gotta say, PS4 and Capcom's back-end netcode is really, really solid. Alright. What are they hunting right now? Is that a Viper Togedachi? Alright, cool. I think that's probably fire is good against him. Cool thing is, the more you hunt things in this game, the more information you get off of them to determine their like weaknesses and stuff. Yeah. Call on Rider. This game also, so the traversal in this game, you know, obviously for certain maps, there's 5 in the main game. They're kind of a pain, especially coral reefs. It's the verticality of it just makes navigating it with the minimap kind of a pain, or at least for me anyway. This one, they added a rider service, basically an Uber service. But, oh. You guys killed it? I didn't even get here. Nice. Alright. I'm knackered, so I'm actually gonna call it.